Hello everybody, welcome to episode 3 of me watching Game of Thrones for the first time. I just wanted to first of all thank everybody who has subscribed, commented and liked the previous videos. I really appreciate it. You guys have told me to make sure I pay attention to the intro and that don't skip it, because it kind of gives you an idea apparently of where the episode is going to be centered at. You guys have also told me that I need to make sure that I'm paying attention to the dialogue. So good things we have, these subtitles, especially as a non-native speaker. It's very important. Make sure you give a like, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And let's jump straight into the reaction for episode 3. So, right from the beginning here, right at King's Landing, which I'm guessing we're going to get a little bit more in depth. This is where the Night's Watch is. I'm assuming we saw Jon Snow last episode go in here.
Yes, my lord. If you'd like to change into something more appropriate.
So I'm guessing this is King's Landing, right? Yep. Looks like, looks like a main setting room right here.
Good man, and this room was silent as a crypt. Except for the screams, of course.
These are fighting words right in front of his face.
When I watched
Nah.
him die, I remembered him laughing as your father burned. It felt like justice.
What's the repercussions if you just punched him right now?
Targaryen's back.
Tell me, if I stabbed the Mad King in the belly instead of the back, would you admire me more?
The Mad King, that's what they called him. The Targaryen that was killed.
Told them this meeting could wait another day, but
we have a kingdom to look after. I've hoped to meet you for some time, Lord Stark. No
This
doubt
is a
Lady
villain
Catelyn has mentioned
intro if I've ever seen one.
80,000.
Are you telling me the crown is 3 million in debt?
I'm telling you the crown is 6 million in debt.
How could he let this happen?
This actually was surprisingly quite common with
I'll speak to him tomorrow.
kingdoms and loyalty. I mean, look at countries today, they are basically all in debt.
It's nearly healed.
It's ugly.
So are you.
You should have scars. And if you'd rather fuck painted whores, you'll fuck painted whores. And if you'd rather lie with noble virgins, so be it. You are my darling boy, and the world will be exactly as you want it to be.
Horrible parenting, but I expected nothing less.
And if the Northerners rebel,
I'd crush them.
But you need them, obviously.
everyone who isn't us is an enemy.
You know what? They are the definition of keeping it in the family, so...
You're a liar, and if you told the truth, Micah would be alive.
Enough!
May I be excused?
Oh, you've barely eaten a thing.
And who is the lady? Have we seen her in previous episode and just completely missed her? Wait, hold on. Is she the lady? I know of the same meme where she's walking with, was it a bell? Going same, right? Something like that. Is that her? Are there no women warriors
It's called Needle.
in this world?
Played with a name.
Or is it just not customary?
With needle. You know the first thing about sword fighting?
Sticking with the pointy end.
That's the essence of it.
See, she has the right idea. She's 50% there.
I hate all of them. The Hound, the Queen and the King, and Joffrey and Sansa.
Sansa was dragged before the king and queen.
She's speaking for the audience right now.
Liar. Sansa will be married to Joffrey someday.
Nightmare fuel.
Betray him.
But how can you let her marry someone like that?
Asking the important questions. And you don't have an answer, do you? Kids know,
You were born in the long summer.
they're the purest of all of
Never
us.
known anything else.
And they
But now
understand
winter is truly coming. And in the winter,
right and wrong extremely
we
well.
ourselves.
They don't have to play, pretend
I don't hate
about
her.
their feelings.
Not really.
like adults.
I can keep it.
Try not to stab your sister with it.
Or yourself. They keep forgetting that part.
The scary ones.
Oh, my sweet summer child, what do you know about fear?
He fell from a tower, nearly
Tears for
died
a long night,
as a kid.
when the sun hides for years. and
Pretty
children
scary.
are born. In that darkness, the White Walkers came for the first time. They
W
swept
exposition
through
on the
cities
White
and
Walker's
kingdoms,
backstory.
riding their dead horses, hunting with their packs of pale spiders.
One time she told me the sky is blue because we live inside the eye of a blue-eyed giant named Macumba.
Maybe we do.
Season 6 probably is
How do you feel?
when that happens. Right, what has this kid said? What has he said about what happened?
I'd rather be dead.
Don't ever say that.
I'd rather be dead.
Immediately double down.
Go on. Go upstairs.
What baby screaming?
Worm!
About the locale.
How
What,
did you know I was coming to
what's
King's
going on
Landing?
here? What type of
A dear
relationship
friend told me.
do these two have?
Lady Stark.
Dude, again with the sideburn.
Even in the north, they whisper to me, the strangers.
You were making improvements in the previous episode, but right back to it, huh?
I must admit I do not.
Well, well, this is an historic day.
For
Something
what?
you don't know that I do.
Ah.
I lost this dagger.
To whom?
Tyrion Lannister. The imp.
Okay, Tyrion. Tyrion. Make sure I remember his name. No, it's Tyrion Lannister.
Do you think Ned Stark's bastard bleeds like the rest of us?
Oh, that was quick. Is he really that good? Who are these poor guys?
I thought that she'd be safest in here. One of several such establishments I own.
You're a funny man. Huh? A very funny man.
I mean, you had it coming, man. Come on.
Ah, the Starks. Quick tempers, slow minds.
Broke my nose, busted.
He's going to break some more.
It's an improvement.
I'm looking at you.
Why did he say it like that?
Them fascinating stories.
They hate me because I'm better than they
It's
are.
a lucky thing none of them were trained by master-at-arms like your Sir Roderick. I don't imagine any of them have ever held a real sword before they...
That's an interesting way of showing, you know, Jon Stark is looking at the kingdom, right? Thinking, we are the disadvantaged ones, right? We are the poorer ones. But that scene was a nice way of showing, you know, there's levels. Even if you think that you've had it hard, you still had certain advantages over, I assume, a huge number of people in this world. Just for the proximity that you had.
How could you be so stupid?
What has the boy told them?
Nothing. He said nothing. He remembers nothing.
Then what are you ready?
That's very convenient. What? Memory loss? Is that actually what's going on, or is the kid lying for some reason that he doesn't remember? If it's actually like so convenient for them, come on, writers again.
Him, Ned Stark, the king, the whole bloody lot of them until you and I are the only people left in this world.
That's not crazy at all. That's completely normal behavior and way of thinking.
I can't do anything without proof.
And if you find the proof?
I have a strand of hair right here.
And hope he's still the man I once knew.
It could be from anybody, but my gut is telling me.
Be good. You nearly killed poor Littlefinger yesterday.
He still loves you.
Does he?
Yeah, that's what I was getting from the vibe from their earlier conversation.
You remember your first?
Is she talking about fucking again?
Glance through the heart. Quick one. Lucky for you.
Never mind.
Mine was some Tarly boy at the Battle of Summerhall. Probably shattered every rib he had.
I'm not buying a word this man is saying, for whatever reason. I don't know. It just
wait.
Sounds like an overblown story
They never tell you
that
how
he's
they
making
all
up.
shit themselves 3 times in the night to piss into a bowl. Wine! Surrounded by Lannisters. Every time I close my eyes, I see their blonde hair and their smug, satisfied faces.
That's a pretty good description.
While your king eats and drinks and shits and fucks.
Why did he have to throw seats in there?
We're telling war stories. What did the Mad King say when you stabbed him in the back? I never asked. Did he call you a traitor?
Burn them all. That's all, Your Grace.
I like the scene. There were a lot of... That was good writing in that scene. I still don't know if I believed the king's story, but that was a good scene.
Sometimes a Carl feels insulted by the number of slaves he's given. He might think the men too weak or the women too ugly. Sometimes a Carl decides his riders haven't had a good fight in
Damn,
months.
the ultimate disrespect. Your whole city gets
For how long?
sacked because they thought your women were too ugly. That's horrible.
You're learning to talk like a queen.
Not a queen. A Khaleesi.
There we go. Finally her character. She's starting to see where she can take this.
You give commands to me. To me. You do not command the dragon. Don't take orders from savages or their sluts. Do you hear me?
Yo, what? I appreciate whatever you said, brother.
You want him dead, Khaleesi? No.
Good thing that we have a translator already.
Gotta say you should take ear to teach respect. Please, please.
Ah, it's the girl with the amazing accent.
Tell him I don't want my brother harmed. Khaleesi vostalo memenem asisa.
Huh? Right? I'd be confused too. For many reasons. One, that's your brother. And two, why don't you just let me kill him? Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
You walk.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. This is all I wanted. This is what I wanted to see. This is what I wanted to see. This is beautiful. Fuck him. I hope we just leave him. Like, I mean, the Dothraki are on horses. He's going to be by foot. Let's just, you know, nobody will ever find out. Now I see why they need so much fur for this. How tall is the wall? Why was I squinting too, like trying to see through the snow and the bad weather? I felt, you know, I felt it. Damn, that's high.
I wanted to be here. I'm the first ranger. My job is out there. I've been disturbed.
Out where?
What kind of reports? God, I don't want to believe. I'm ready. I won't let you down.
Ready for what? Do you even know what he's going out there for?
But I'm better than every other. Better than no one. Here. A man gets what he earns. When he earns it.
Right, somewhat humbling. What I was talking about earlier. You know?
We'll speak when I return.
Perspective. Perspective. I like how they're doing this.
Is that what we are, Lannister? An army of jesters in black?
We don't have enough men to be an army, and aside from Bjorn here, none of you are particularly funny.
The wildlings are no different from us. A little rougher, maybe.
So I'm assuming
Made of meat.
the wildlings are people who are not on that side of the wall, meaning they're not in a civilization. Are they uncivilized? Do the Dothraki count as wildlings? Or is it just people that we haven't seen yet? Maybe they have their own civilization that they're not aware of.
No one turns away a Lannister.
They don't have a choice.
At Jaka. At Jahaka. Jahaka.
See, this is not... With her accent, I don't know if you're going to get...
What are you doing? When was last time you bleed, Khaleesi?
Why are we groping her? We just made progress. I was just talking about the progress. Let's not go back. I am really enjoying, you know, how they're showing her. She's taking it in. She's making it, you know, making it work. She's seeing the positive sides of being a Khaleesi. And by that we're seeing the positive sides of the Dothraki. So far I like them much better than the Lannisters and her brother, the Targaryen. I also love when they go the extra mile and create actual languages for the world.
The Khaleesi have baby inside her.
What?
It is true. She does not bleed for 2 moons. Her belly starts to swell.
Already?
Want to eat horse.
What? Whose baby, though, would be my question. And listen here. Is it a human baby or a dragon? I'm still not 100% sure they aren't like dragon people.
But reports from the Citadel tell us the days grow shorter. Starks are always right eventually. Winter is coming.
So seasons are like completely different from what we know seasons to be here. So apparently the last years.
The ones who flee say they've seen the White Walkers.
Yes, and the fishermen of Lannisport say they see mermaids.
One of our own rangers.
So do we also have mermaids in Game of Thrones?
He swore.
We can't man the other castles on the wall. We can't properly patrol the wilderness. We've barely enough resources to keep our lives.
One of the few times I've seen Tyrion Lannister like unsure of what to do and concerned, not ready with a comeback for a situation. See, this has to be foreshadowing. This is foreshadowing. She's going to give birth to a dragon. I already know it. A whole dragon. She's going to come out with scales, completely. Tail and all. Fire breathing, everything.
Merak.
A boy dragon. Yep. So right now they're just like everything cool? Just a loving partnership, relationship? Okay, 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 I like it. I like it. We did not need to see that.
Tell him I'd visit if I could.
Of course.
He'll never walk again.
If you're going to be a cripple, it's better to be a rich cripple.
Facts.
Take care, Snow.
Farewell, my lord.
Who are you?
Your dancing master, Sirio Forel.
She's Spanish.
Tomorrow you will catch it. Now pick it up.
That's a Russian accent though.
That is not the way, boy.
And why is she calling her boy?
You are skinny. That is good. The target is smaller. Now the grip, let me see.
But also less fat armor.
The part of your arm. Can you drop part of your arm? No.
I mean, if it's cut off.
I'm a girl.
Boy, girl, you are a sword. That is all. That is the grip.
I mean, she's a human,
Holding a
a
battle
girl,
axe. You are holding
wielding a sword, but I see the vision, I see where he's going with his stitching,
Now we
the
will
method.
begin the dance.
This is also a great scene. I'm really enjoying the scene. It's very anime. So did he bring her the tutor? He's not sure if he likes seeing his daughter in combat, I'm guessing what that was. Okay guys, that was episode 3 of Game of Thrones. For whatever reason this episode felt shorter. I don't know why, it just went by really fast. I don't know, maybe I was talking a little bit less this episode. I was really like trying to, as you guys said, take everything in as much as I could. What we saw this episode? We saw Ned, his wife, go to King's Landing, right? Per the king's request that he was going to be there. He didn't know that his wife was going to be there, though. Apparently his wife was familiar with a lot of the king's, you know, second-hand men, for lack of a better term to call them. Littlefinger, right, was the dude's name who owned the brothels, who apparently had a thing for Ned's wife that they already knew about, Ned already knew about. That was an interesting exchange between them, you know. He looks familiar, meaning he seems like he's going to be a character in the show that is going to play a role. That was very vague, what I just said. He's going to be a character in the show that plays a role. Duh. I mean, he's going to be an important character in the show. I enjoyed the scene between the king and Lannister, especially like the part about stabbing the king in the back, you know, showing that the king is aware of the Lannisters' ways, letting them know that he's aware, but also him not backing down by the king being aware. I thought that was very well shot, written, acted. I really enjoyed the scene. We also got a little bit more of Khaleesi, as she's now called, and we're seeing that she's, as I said, getting acclimated, seeing that she's not, as she was asked in the previous episode, she's not a slave of the Dothraki, she's their queen, and she is living up to that role, starting to live up to that role. She is, in my opinion, enjoying her place between the Dothraki way more than she was enjoying whatever her life was prior to being the Khaleesi, which is so ironic, thinking about how it started in the first episodes. But in a way it also shows how horrible that little twig of a brother she has is. Thank God we had that scene and it transpired the way that it did. I honestly wanted them to do more to him. I understand, like, she's not going to just flip a switch and just completely disregard that relationship or the psychological hold that her brother obviously has over her, because those toxic relationships, those take a lot of time to process that you are in them first of all, and remove yourself from the situation, especially when you have to deal with kings, queens, dragons, and all this. In this world it becomes obviously 100 times worse. But I was very happy with how that scene transpired, and it shows that, you know, she's a Dothraki queen now, she's a Khaleesi, and they have her back. Also, Bran is awake, but very conveniently suffered a memory loss. I'm not a big fan of it. Again, similar to how I felt about the strand of blonde hair, it's too convenient. The only way I'd probably like it a little bit better if he's faking it for whatever reason, he has a plan or something, but I doubt it. Seeing the condition he was in after the news that he received that he's not going to be able to walk again apparently, I don't think that he has some type of master plan behind saying that he doesn't remember, so it's just a convenient way to just prolong the reveal of what took place, which in general I'm not a fan of that plot device, the memory loss plot device, especially when you're not going for a comedy. Like, that can work in a comedy, just like this drama that is high stakes, I'm not the biggest fan of. But again, these are like small details that the show more than makes up for, so I'm not like dragging this, it's not really dragging the show down, like just minor conveniences that I'm not a big fan of when it comes to the writing. I still think by the end of the season his sister Arya is going to take the mantle of the warrior of the family. Furthermore proof now that he can't use his legs because of the condition that he's going to have to deal with. He's going to turn into a different path, despite, you know, obviously growing up his whole life that he's meant to be the warrior. He's going to have to accept that he's going to have to go a different way. And maybe that will be a way that will make him happier, that he'll like more than being a warrior. I really enjoyed Tyrion Lannister again, probably one of my favorite characters in the show. He is definitely somebody that if I was living in that world, I'd like to be friends with. And I like the relationship that they're establishing between him and Jon Snow, that they have been establishing since the previous episode. The dynamic works very well together. Still haven't reached the peaks of the first episode, but these are all very, very well put together episodes, really having us sit with these characters and in this world. Oh, by the way, I enjoyed how they explained the seasons. So like when they're saying winter's coming, it's not going to be like 1 or 2 or 3 months, it's going to be years, similar to how apparently this has been summer for 9 years. And I don't know if these are just the 2 seasons that they have, just summer and winter, or do they have spring and fall as well. And yeah, these are my thoughts, guys. As always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like, subscribe for more content. I'm definitely going to try to be pumping these Game of Thrones episodes out as quickly as possible. Give me your thoughts about this episode, about my assumptions. Is Khaleesi's baby going to be a dragon? I really need it to be. But yeah, thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you in the next episode.